Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I want to have a conversation with you guys about Sasuke Uchiha and Jiraiya facing off against Urashiki, and I want to tell you guys that you need to prepare yourselves for this, okay? So obviously the Boruto anime has been on break. They left us with a huge cliffhanger with Jiraiya going up to Sasuke saying, hey, are you Sasuke Uchiha? And Sasuke just stops dead in his tracks. There's one hell of a cliffhanger, and we know based on some of the leaked images that have come out for the episode that Jiraiya and Sasuke are talking in a very secluded place, and they have an opportunity to talk one-on-one. And I want to talk to you guys about the inevitable battle of Jiraiya and Sasuke versus Urashiki. Now, I think that this is something that gives us the opportunity to get what a lot of us wanted to see, which is we wanted to see Jiraiya and Sasuke fight side by side, protecting the kid version of Naruto. And I'm going to tell you guys why this is so significant, because when you look at where this takes place in the timeline, we are a few weeks past the Sasuke retrieval arc, okay? So we're past the point where Jiraiya is talking to Naruto saying, like, I tried to chase after Orochimaru at one point, that didn't end too well, and he ended up being evil. I'm telling you, kid, I'm trying to save you a lifetime of hurt and despair. Let Sasuke go. He's too far gone. Naruto obviously tells him, like, no, I'm never giving up on my friend. I'm never going back on my promise to Sakura. And Jiraiya basically says, you're a fool, but you're a fool. I'm going to end up training. Now, the reason why this is so significant is because given all that context right there, that essentially shows that because Jiraiya is speaking to the older version of Sasuke, the adult version, Jiraiya can learn that, okay, wait a second, Naruto actually became Hokage. That little knucklehead actually did it. Oh my god, my student actually has a family. Oh my god, wait a second, he actually did what I couldn't do. He actually saved his friend from the darkness. Like, this would be so awesome just seeing these two have that conversation together, and just to see Jiraiya's face as he's essentially mind blown by everything. It puts a lot more into context, just given the fact that we know that before he died, that Jiraiya had that moment where he considered his life to be an absolute utter failure, and then he remembers that he has a student of Naruto. Now, obviously, if they decide to have Sasuke use some type of genjutsu on Jiraiya, then Jiraiya's not going to remember some of this stuff, but at the same time, just having that moment pay off to have Sasuke and Jiraiya speak, and then you have these two fighting side by side against Urashiki, that's going to be something absolutely beautiful. And then the important thing, the absolutely important thing about this is the fact that because Sasuke is telling Jiraiya everything, okay, because this has happened, we have the opportunity for Sasuke to eventually stop fighting with kid gloves, because he can't use his Sharingan in front of Jiraiya. He can't use his Rinnegan in front of Jiraiya. Now, the Rinnegan's gonna be interesting. The Rinnegan's gonna be interesting because if Jiraiya sees it, now it's looking a little different than Nagato's. That's probably why when he saw Urashiki, he didn't make the connection, because Nagato's Rinnegan didn't have those tomoe like Sasuke's and like Urashiki's did. And if you look at Urashiki's Rinnegan actually turns blue at some point. So that's part of the reason why I don't think Jiraiya made that connection. But it'd be really cool just to see these two fighting together. And I'm going to tell you guys, some people are going to say, wait a second, if you have Sasuke and Jiraiya fighting side by side, there's too big of a power gap. What can Jiraiya hope to contribute to the fight? And that's a very fair point. That is a very fair point, just given the fact that Jiraiya is somebody who, for all intents and purposes, when you take him at his strongest form, if you go by what the series creator himself wrote in Naruto Data Book 3, when Jiraiya goes into Sage Mode, his power level tops out at being able to destroy a mountain. Now, when you start dealing with Urashiki, it comes down to whether or not you actually think Urashiki is stronger than Momoshiki. We know from the various novels that Momoshiki can actually destroy planets, and if that's the case, then we definitely know that, okay, wait a second, now Jiraiya is completely outclassed, because that's a completely different level of power. But the thing about Urashiki that you have to remember is Urashiki is someone who likes to play around. He's like that predator who knows he can kill his prey at any given moment, but he likes to play around with it and give the prey the opportunity to at least fight back, think they stand a chance, and then just crush their neck after the fact. That's more in line with Urashiki's type of mentality. Now, if you have that moment where he thinks Sasuke isn't fighting at full power because he can't, and he knows that Jiraiya is clearly weaker than him, this gives an opportunity for us to see a suppressed Urashiki fight against Jiraiya, and this could be a really good fight. Even though Urashiki would be suppressed, it still could be a good fight, because Jiraiya is a very skilled candidate when it comes to potential Hokage candidates. And when you look at Jiraiya, okay, he's a legendary Sannin for a reason. Like I broke down in my How Strong is Jiraiya video, Jiraiya has more than one change in chakra nature. He has a huge chakra reserve. The fact that he has Sage Mode in itself shows you that he has a huge chakra chakra reserve, and he knows quite a few interesting jutsu. So the fact that you could have Urashiki potentially fighting against somebody with Sage Mode and have him once again see the power of Sage Mode, much like he did when he fought against Mitsuki, this could be really interesting. This opens up the door for quite a few possibilities. But I want to know from you guys, what are the two things you want to see with a Sasuke and Jiraiya versus Urashiki fight? I can tell you right away, the two things I definitely want to see is I definitely want to see some type of cooperation ninjutsu between Sasuke and Jiraiya. That would be a great way to kind of call back to the whole fact of during the war arc, you had Sasuke and Naruto, and Sasuke immediately changed the amount of chakra output he had in order to pull off what Boruto and Kid Naruto attempting to do, which is cooperation ninjutsu. So I would love to see something like that. I would love to see them working together in that way. That way they can lead as a shining example to Boruto as well as to Kid Naruto. Now the other thing I would like to see in this fight is I would love to see Jiraiya go into Sage Mode. That's probably higher on my list than seeing Sasuke use the Rinnegan abilities. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.